Hello, my friends. Welcome back. My name is Melanie with melaniesmithstamps, and today we are playing with the gorgeous, beautiful Peacock collection by Dawn Bibby. This collection is wow, and that's the reason I'm doing this video on the first Saturday after release day, because this has to be my favorite collection this month. And if you saw my preview video, you know this is a killer month. There is so many releases this month, but I think this one has to be my favorite. So let me just run through it real quick, and then we've got a technique video for you today, which will be hopefully a lot of fun. So this is the Glorious Peacock die set, and I will have examples created with all of these sets. You'll get a sneak peek at the end of this video, and then you'll see them throughout the month on social media. So if you want to see a sneak peek, hold out to the end of the video, and I'll try not to make it too long today. So like I said, this is the Glorious Peacock die set. This is the Peacock Butterfly. And I probably should show you the front of the packaging so you can get an idea of how it is used. These have the layered kaleidoscope looks in the petals, which is gorgeous. This one here, just to give you an idea of the look of the petal or of the feathers, they have layerable feathers that can go on top of the peacock itself, which I have definitely used to its advantage on my sample. Then we have this exquisite 5x7 size cameo frames. This baby is gorgeous. It fills a 5x7 frame if you use it all, or you can go smaller on an A2. It is stunning. So I do have a sample of that. Then we have some awesome BetterPress plates, two of them, Elegant Peacock and Fabulous Feathers. We have 5 different sentiments, and they do come with dies for the sentiments. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dawn. We appreciate you so much for that. Then we have 2 gorgeous embossing folders. Let me just pull this up so you can see this. Look at the beauty of that. And then this one is gorgeous as well. This is Feather Flourish, and this one is Peacock Motif. This is my favorite. I have that one used as a background in one of my samples. And then this one is what we're playing with today, with some peacock colors, no less. I had to bring out the peacock feathers and the distress oxides. So we are going to take some paper, and we're going to just jump right in really quick. I've already cut our paper down. Now, I've cut it to a 5x7 just so we have room to play. We probably will just make an A2 card. And but really, I just want to make this technique. You know, there's 2 ways of looking, or at least in my eyes, there's 2 ways of looking at blending inks. You can go to where you're creating a new color, or you're mixing your colors, which we do a lot. We, pink and blue or red and blue make purple. So I've done that here in this sample by taking different colors and making new colors with them. And we do that a lot on BetterPress inks also when we're using our BetterPress. Or you can take colors that are next to each other in the color wheel, and you can put them next to each other on your background and create kind of an ombre. Either way, these 2 are not next to each other on the color wheel, but they make a new color, just like we learn in elementary school. Your yellow and your blue make green, So your red and your blue make purple. So we're not going to be doing that today. Instead, we're going to be putting these colors, which are next to each other on the color wheel or in the order of the rainbow, and we're going to be just putting them on our background here, and then we're going to run that through this embossing folder. So let's do that. And instead of using these brushes, I just got some more of these. I'm gonna add a new pack of these to my orders each time I order, because Spellbinders sent me one pack, but I want to get one for each oxide ink. So I've been waiting to get some more before I played some more with them. So I went ahead and ordered these. And instead of using these that I usually use, we're going to go ahead and use these and see how they do. Because I've only played with this extra large brush one time, and I did love the way it worked with oxides. So let's just see how it works today. I thought I would play along with you guys. We will just see how they work. It was a really soft blend when I did it the first time, which is what I liked about it. So we'll just kind of go maybe at a diagonal. I think that would be pretty. Build at a diagonal instead of straight across. There we go. And maybe we'll start a little darker down here. Just kind of playing. I do like how soft it is. A lot of times your oxides look so chalky and they blend beautifully, but it's a really heavy look. And so I'm gonna see how they do with these brushes, and that's what I was really curious about. So let's bring in some blue and put it right up against that and get us a blue going here in the middle. And then we'll worry about that intersection here once we get some color down. So we got kind of a heavy spot there where I came in, and that's okay, because these do tend to be forgiving when you blend. So I'm not really worried about that. We'll just go a little darker here. Am I getting fingerprints on there? I have a piece of packaging here, so I will use that to put my hands on so I don't get my fingers in there. So we'll go ahead, kind of blend that out a little bit. Now remember, this does not have to be perfect, but I am kind of testing the waters with my brushes at the same time. But like, this is not going to be worrisome because we're going to run this through the embossing folder. So I'm going to get some purple now, and I think I'm going to turn this around. And I'm going to come up from the other side. Let's get rid of some of this ink here so we don't cross-contaminate us. So I got the desk cleaned up. So I'm going to come in from the bottom, the opposite side now, and come up towards the blue, like so. I do like how soft a blend I can get. See this right here? Let me show you. See how soft you can get with oxides by using the large brush? I like how if you go with these large brushes, you can get this. It's very hard with this kind of brush, which is probably considered a medium brush, to get this type of softness in your colors. It's more like this when you use this brush. So, I mean, color-wise, vibrance-wise, this can give you a little more control of the how strong it is. Okay, so let's see. So that lightness I like. Now, of course, we're going to get a little heavier because we're going to try to blend those a little bit. But I just wanted to show you that I noticed with this. Okay, now let me grab the blue brush. Okay, and then let's go to the green. The Peacock feathers. And get a little of that going. Come down into the blue with it. Let's get that blend going there. Aren't those colors gorgeous? I think this needs to be a little darker. Okay, let's see how it looks now. All right, now I'm gonna do something. It's gonna make this look a little different. And we're gonna spritz it. Yes, this is oxides. Okay, this is a very broad mist, but I did it anyways. So we will see if we get any kind of reaction. We will take this out. And there is our beautiful background. Isn't that gorgeous? You can't really see the spritzing, but you sure can see that blend. And do you see how where that one dark blue area was? Or can you? You see what I mean? How it didn't really matter? Okay, now let's turn this into a card real quick. All right, I've done a little prep work here, a little extra work, and just to speed up the process. And I've inked, just darken our edges, just like we did. Same colors as we've used here in the first step. I used the regular ink brushes though, rather than the big fluffy brushes. And I used the same colors and just came in and darkened the outer edge. And there's a reason that I did that. I also made us 3 feathers, just white paper, straight inked from the same ink pads. And then I better pressed out a whole bunch of sentiments. These are all the sentiments from the 2 BetterPress sets. So I just did a whole bunch of those so we'd have something to work with. The reason I did all of that off screen is so that I could add a little extra bling on this and actually show that in the video. I didn't want you staying here all day for basic stuff. So I thought we would take some gilding wax. Now this is something I've had in my stash for eons. And I thought we would get out some gilding wax. This is a Peebo product. And we would use our finger daubers and we would go over these really lightly and see what happens. I thought it would be a little fun, just a little something different. And this stuff is similar to your Simon Hurley paste, but it's brighter. And I didn't have Simon Hurley in gold, his lunar paste in gold. So I thought I would get this out since it was still very moist. And I'm really happy about that it's really still really moist. So I'm getting some on my finger and we're just going to lightly go over some of this and see what happens. Might get it in places we don't want it, but that's okay. We're just experimenting and seeing what our stash does for us, right? Gonna always ink it again, but I thought let's use what we got and just play. Just play. We just had a really, really crazy summer storm here. Huge lightning. Miss Lola was going crazy. She did not like it. That's my doggie. Was not a happy camper. But it has since passed and she's much happier now. So I did all that die cutting and stuff, the better pressing and stuff, while that was all going on. That's why I went ahead and kept kind of working a little bit on this. And getting some, that's where the extra ideas came from, was during the storm, because I didn't want to record during that storm. So, okay, let's see. That's really pretty. And we got some ink where we didn't want it, but that's okay. I think it still will be pretty. And I'm going to go ahead and put some here. Ooh, where it's darker ink, it actually, look at how pretty the dark ink shows up. So I'm just going to keep going and lightly rub over those areas with the gilding wax. Little noises in the background are Miss Lola playing with her toys. So forgive us for that. Miss Lola loves doggy ropes. That's her favorite kind of toy. And I got her one this weekend. A new one, because when she starts getting the threads out from them, I have to take them away from her because she loves to chew. And that's not good for her when she eats those little threads. So I do have to eventually take them away. I kind of like that gold right in there. Wonder if we should put some gold right there in the center. Maybe. Because your finger fits kind of right in there. That's really pretty. And I kind of like that brush of gold right on that top section too. Make it look intentional. Ooh. That's really pretty too. Like that. Oh yeah, I like that. The finger fits right in that large section and right in this section. So yeah, let's make it look intentional. And then we'll put some down here. Got a little heavy-handed there, but that's okay. We'll decide where to put the sentiment, see what we want to hide when we get to the end. We'll hide what's horrible, the most horrible. Remember, this is very organic because you don't know what you're going to get, you know? Some areas are higher than others because it's a 3D folder. And you're using your finger, so nothing is exact. Nothing's ever going to be exact. But it's pretty. And that's what we're going for, right? We're going for pretty. I think it's gorgeous. This is so fun. And what makes it fun is learning and experimenting with you guys. And that's what I love. I love crafting with you guys. So I hope you like it too. I really do hope you like it too. This dark. I like these dark edges, and that's one reason, one of my main reasons for darkening those edges. I wanted to see some contrast between the darker and the lighter. And I thought it was too light in the center. So I thought, well, let's do some drama by darkening those edges and seeing if we can make that lighter area in the center pop. And I did not touch any of the center. The center was our original inking that we did at the beginning of the video. So I really like the way it turned out. Okay, doing that top section there. A little too much on that side, so I'm going to add a little more over here. Balance it out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more on this side. Wow, what do y'all think? Oh, I love the way that turned out. Okay, to finish this card, we are going to use this card base that I created. I've made this with a gold foil 5x7 card front. And this color is the Spellbinders Essential cardstock in Lagoon. Now, Lagoon matches the Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide ink. So that will make this coordination that much sweeter. Now, looking at this, I see I got more messed up, I would say down in this corner. I did get a little bit in that corner too, but I'm thinking this corner probably has a little more going on. So, because when you do embossing folders, a lot of times with the water you use and everything, your cardstock gets a little rippled. So I have pre-done the sticky adhesive on the back. And a lot of times I do this and I don't talk about it in the videos. I do it ahead of time. But I've gone ahead and added this adhesive. It comes in a big sticky roll like this. You can also get it in larger sheets. Altenew has 3 sizes to pick from. And all you do, and of course my nails don't like to do this, but all you do is peel it back. And you can use any brand of double stick adhesive. Let me grab my pokey tool. Pokey tools make it a lot easier. Pull this last one off. All right, and from here, you just stick this down. And you want to be careful because once it's down, it is down. There we go. But it takes all the ripples out of it. And you know what I did? I forgot to put the white cardstock on it. The reason I usually put white cardstock on it, and here's my white cardstock right here. But the reason I usually put the white cardstock on it is because I never get it lined up properly. And I'm real bad about that. This time I actually did a really good job because I stood up. But so that's the key. If you don't want to do the white cardstock, stand up and look down at it when you're lining it up. But yeah, I usually put it on the white cardstock because then it's easier to glue down because you can move it around and slide it into place. So that's the reason I like that. But I actually did that really good, didn't I? Okay, so now we just need to decide where we want our little feather collage here, because I want to put a few little feathers. So I originally was going to use Flaunt Your Feathers, but I'm wondering if I want to go with a happy birthday because it's bigger. Let's see. And you could still do, you know, anywhere you want. For a special friend. Happy birthday. Something like that. I mean, you could put it up here if you wanted to conceal that up there. That little boo-boo. You know, you can get creative. You can, but I kind of like it like this. For a special friend, happy birthday. That kind of keeps the eye moving. And I really like that. You can still see the full ombre effect. So I think I'm going to go with that. For a special friend, happy birthday, beautiful. Now let's look at the other cards. The first card I'll show you is this one using the cameo frames here on the outside. I've brought in the beautiful peacock butterfly, and I've used only the ornate side of the butterfly. Each of the butterfly sides are different, so I chose to use the more ornate side and created the butterfly going sideways. So I've used specialty glitter cards. Matter of fact, all of the cardstock here, even the shimmer vellum that I have behind, is all from Your Paper Insider, which is a subscription-based quarterly club that I am a part of. And I've used all of that in the kaleidoscope portion of the peacock areas here on the feathers or on the wing of the butterfly. I've also used it in the foil here in the background. And then this paper here in the background is Paper Rose paper from the Spellbinders website. I'll make sure to leave links to all of this specialty paper in the description below, just in case you're interested. But didn't that turn out really pretty? All jazzed up with the glitter. You can even see the shimmer of the vellum in the background. I just love that shimmer vellum, but I didn't realize you'd be able to see it shimmering behind the dark wings. And then, of course, the shimmer of the royal blue foil in the background of that. So that's our second card. Now, I continue to use some of those really specialty papers for my Flaunt Your Feathers card. Now, this is using the Glorious Peacock and the 3D embossing Peacock motif embossing folder there. Now, look how gorgeous. Just on white cardstock that turned out. And here again, I've used all of the specialty glitter cards from Quarterly Subscription Box. I've used the same paper pad from Paper Rose. And of course, BetterPress the sentiments that I showed you from my stack at the beginning of or in the middle of the video. And I just flaunted the feathers, man. I cut a bunch of the feathers from this die set. I even layered a layer of glitter underneath the peacock. I added some little essential gems to her head there, and she is just flaunting her feathers. So that is that one. Now, all three of these are 5x7 cards. So then I have two unusual BetterPress cards. Now, these two, if you were watching last night on the BetterPress Babes live, you got to see me make these two cards. And I will link the actual replay down in the description below. These are BetterPressed in gold onto black watercolor paper. And I just adore how they turned out. Use the gilding wax again on the black paper. Same as we did here, but on black to do the edges. And I used a pigment ink for the actual gold better pressing. So use that Flaunt Your Feathers again. Add a few of the essential gems. That's from the gold mix. And I got my Flaunt Your Feathers. And that one is actually called Elegant Peacock, is the name of that BetterPress set. And then on this one, I had fun mixing my inks. Now these are bronze, gold, and silver. And I added a touch from that butterfly set. These pieces in here, I went ahead and I made, let's see if you can see that. I made a rose gold one, a gold one, and a silver one, and popped it on there just to give us a little texture. And then I did the gilded edges also on the black. And that's just so I had more of a flat card, easy mailing, and I didn't do a bunch of layers. And for this shape, all I did was took a took a A2 card base, laid it in my die cut machine with the largest die from this set, and ran it through, and it cut the top portion. That die is just large enough not to cut either of the sides or the bottom when you run it through. And I only did it partial. So I did show that in the video last night. So if you did miss the BetterPress Babes Night Out, make sure you go back and watch that replay. So these are my 5 cards with this beautiful Peacock collection. by far my favorite. So let me know if you have a favorite here out of these 5 cards. Let me know if one screams out to you as your favorite. I would love to hear your thoughts on any of the cards. Have a wonderful weekend, my friends, and I will see you in the upcoming video. Bye-bye for now.